Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. Today it's the Sunday 5 p.m. Pacific Standard or Daylight Time team. If you want to go back 1 year, go to the YouTube channel LAC Comedy, click on the playlist, click on 5 p.m. And these guys will go back about a year doing long form. Prior to that, they did short form. And some of the cast members have changed over the years. But we have almost 400 shows up there now, both short and long form. We're doing about our 30th long form game tonight. It's called Divorce Court. I'm Ken Scove, the founder and owner of the LA Connection. Let's find out who's playing what today. The wife is played by Lindsay. The husband is played by Andrew. The wife's lawyer is James. The husband's lawyer is Nick. Their child, 15-year-old Brian. The mother of the wife, Amelia. The father of the husband, Andrea. And their live-in nanny, Gabriella. Okay, guys, go ahead and take a break for a second. We'll bring you back into the courtroom. I'll be playing Judge Kent, Judge Scove today, and divorce court. I'm more of an arbitration judge. There's not going to be a jury. I have just today to listen to their cases and find out what would be best for their son, Brian. Again, he's 15 years old. They've been married for 17 years. We're going to find out what property they have owned together, what separate property they may have, any inheritance they might have had separate from each other. We're talking about custody rights. We're going to be talking about alimony. And then I'm going to, at the end, try and figure out, by listening to the parents, the nanny, the child, Brian, and, of course, the wife and husband and their lawyers, to decide the fate of what will happen at the end of this beautiful divorce court long-form game. Let's bring everybody into my courtroom. Okay, thank you all for coming in. Nick, I know that you tend to dress in my courtroom. I know you play pickleball outside, and then you come in sometimes sweaty into the courtroom. That's okay. Okay, it's all right. That coat's a little tight on you, Nick. Anyway, James, good to see you back here again. Always on time. And I know we've handled other divorce cases. I know that you and Nick have never gone up against each other, so this should be interesting to see this today. I know you know each other. Lindsay, the wife, and her husband, Andrew, of course, are getting divorced after 17 years. They have a 15-year-old son, Brian. We'll be talking, Brian, no devices in the courtroom, please. Thank you, Brian. You can do that on your own. I'd like you to kind of stay focused here right now. Lawyers, what I want you to do when you talk to your clients is find out what they want in terms of alimony, who's earning more money than the other, so we can kind of figure out what the alimony would be. Alimony could be for the rest of their life, but it can also be adjusted based on income. As far as child support, whoever gets the custody will get the child support. If you want to have mutual custody, then child support would be different. But we'll talk about that as well. So lawyers, please talk about that. Any other facts of the case that you think would be relevant for me to hear from the parents, which I appreciate both. Amelia, I know you wanted to come in and support your daughter today, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate Andrea coming in to support Andrew, your son. I also appreciate the nanny, who's been the nanny for quite a few years, Gabriella. And I know you live in the house, so I'd like to get your opinion on some of the things that you feel could be relevant to the case as well. So unless there's no questions, what I'm going to do is send you into different chambers. And they're private chambers. No one can hear what you're saying. It's just between you and who's ever in the chamber. I'm going to try and let you guys work out all this before I have to make some sort of judgment at the end. Again, my judgment stands. You can always appeal it and try and change it if you'd like. Okay? So I'm going to have the wife, Lindsay, her mother, Amelia, and James, her lawyer, go into chamber 2 right now. All the rest of us, we can take a break, go get coffee, do whatever you'd like, talk to your own people on your own. I am going to go back in and read some of the notes about the case. So everybody else, please take off, and you guys go into chamber 3, okay? Take me.
All right.
Please make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you so much, James, for being here. And my mama, thank you so much, Melia. I mean, as you know, do you want me to just jump right into it, or what do we do?
Oh, well, I do have a couple of routine questions if you'd like to get into it, but I'd just like to add, Lindsay, you are so very well supported by those around you. And I know today is going to be your day to be able to move on finally and get on with your life.
Well, it breaks my mama's heart, and she warned me against Andrew. Me and my mama and my family own a dude ranch in Montana, and Andrew and his friends wanted to play, cowboy one weekend 17, 18 years ago, and they came to the dude ranch. They were, what would I say, terrible. I mean, Andrew has never done an honest day work in his entire life. He has never picked up a shovel. He's never picked up.
So you are the main breadwinner in the family.
Oh, yes. I mean, my whole goal here is to protect my mama and me and my daddy's dude ranch. And we don't want anything from Andrew, because, I mean, do you see his dainty little hands? Have you seen his dainty little hands? He has not shoveled any horse shit. Can I say shit, Mom? I'm sorry.
It's maybe not.
It's a sealed room. We're fine.
No, I know, but you never know what's on the record, darling. So let's not. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Let's be impressive for the nice city folk. All right.
I mean, he calls us trailer park, but he's trailer park. I'm the freaking tornado, and I will take him out if I have to. If he's going after my mama's and my dad's dude ranch, I am not going to stand by it. And my
family is very important for you. I understand.
It is.
Good.
And my son is turning into his daddy.
Yes, tell me more about that. Are you and Brian close?
Me and Brian are close. It's just he's turning into his daddy. He likes more things like digits and gadgets and all that technology. Mama, you tell him.
Well, I'm happy to tell him. I'm sure I'm happy to tell him. So the story goes way back. Like, oh God, I can't even. Well, my great Meemaw, she bought the ranch many moons ago, and it's to a point where I can't even find the deed anymore. It's somewhere in my some hay bale somewhere. It's been buried, but my family has owned this ranch for many a year, and my mama before me and her mama before her and everyone. It was truly a matriarchal owned company.
There's a lineage.
Yeah, there's a lineage in our
the property is in your family.
Exactly. And we have contributed to the agriculture of our community for years now. And all of a sudden, this dude wants to come in, break my daughter's heart by not carrying on the lineage and not,
and city folk. Tell him he's from the city, Mama.
He is, and he's from the city, and he's coming in with these gadgets saying, we could modernize the farming. And I'm saying, no one, how are we supposed to make our hard-earned money?
Goes against traditional family values.
Yeah, which is not to say that we can't, be ahead of the times. That's fine. No one gets anywhere without being on the right side of history. I'm just saying you can't go replacing human beings with
No.
technology, and he's trying to digitize everything, and our cattle, our
But we did.
livestock depends on us. They're like pets to us, you know?
And we did upgrade, and that's why we did the
Yeah.
dude ranch part of it. And we brought people in, and we thought, like, you know, the city folk, we could like help them kind of know
Yeah.
what it's like to be like from middle America. They call us flyover states. Flyover states. Are you kidding? You're a fly on the wall. But I just want to tell you that. And my husband, my ex-husband, first of all, I bought my own ring, so
Yes,
he's
please tell me more about Andrew. Does he have
Andrew,
any habits?
he
Does
has
he
terrible
do?
habits.
He's always, what do the youth call it again? Flexing or something. He's always saying, I got me some money. I got me some city money, blah, blah, blah. And my daughter was made to buy her own wedding ring.
Yeah,
That is
he
not
has
very gentlemanly at all, I think.
no
I
money.
mean, listen.
Okay. Anything like smoking, drinking, gambling?
Yeah.
Has
I mean, the live-in nanny. I don't know where she came from, but she was kind of like part of the deal. Like, she came and she knew my husband earlier, and he's like, she's perfect to watch
They
our
knew
son.
each other beforehand.
They knew each
That's
other
how
beforehand.
That's how she
That's how
appeared.
she got in. And it's like, a live-in nanny. I want her to go and live in the outhouse because I can't take this any longer. They came in, they tried to take over my mama's house. They tried to modernize it with their all fancy stuff.
Right.
And it's just it's so infuriating. I don't want anything from him. He wants stuff from me. And your job, James, is to make sure he does not take my only son, who's supposed to take over our dude ranch.
And you know,
so we are going for full custody on this.
Yeah.
I
I don't want him to have dainty hands. Dainty hands. He would have dainty hands like his father.
Will the lawyer of the husband and their parent, Andrea, please go into chamber 4?
Hey, Nick. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
So, Andrew, you got. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I was late.
It's important.
It's okay. Being late happens. Can't fault you for that one.
I knew I should have. This is not good. What is this? A ranch? Where are we? What is this?
So Lindsay, my wife, ex-wife, I should say, she owns a dude ranch. You know, she takes care of the cows and sheep, and you know, I'm a film director and I really like westerns, so you know, we collaborated on a couple of things. She offered me some of her horses, you know, just as stuff to shoot with. And it was a really great relationship until one day I found her online. I can't remember the exact name of the game, but she likes to play these computer video games, like adult themed. I didn't know they were adult themed when she started playing them, but you know, one day I walked in on her and caught her cheating on me with some, you know, other guy's avatar, if it even was a guy.
I got lost, so I brought Nick. Nick, you know, works for my firm, and he's a great lawyer. He's the best lawyer. I mean, he's doing an internship actually, but he's really good. So I don't know, Nick. Are you taking some notes? Like, because I got lost. Like,
Yeah. So what I'm getting is she was cheating on you on an online porn game, right?
Yes.
Right. No, that's kind of embarrassing, right? You know, if you feel like you're really sitting in the seat watching,
kind of embarrassing
on you right in front of you, it kind of sucks. So I got a question. I got a good question for you, Andrew. Do you think that maybe she started the Dude Ranch because she wanted to get some of these people from her online porn games to come to the ranch and help out milking the cows, if you know what I mean?
It's possible. It's possible. There have been quite a few people coming through who
Right,
really
yeah.
aren't that great at their jobs, but they're nice to look at.
Well, I know he's just they're paying to go on vacation on your dude ranch.
Yeah.
So, do you think she's also getting the hired help off of a porn game?
I do believe so.
Okay.
Ever since she started it, it has been a constant influx of
Okay.
very horny, if I can say that, men.
So maybe you'll end up like being a porn film director or something. Is that what you wanted to do?
Oh no! I direct indie westerns. That's my jam. You know, shoot 'em up.
Mountain was an indie western.
Yeah.
We just make it a little bit more explicit, you know what I mean? And then with your wife.
Yeah. I just don't want to do the explicit stuff, you know, that all makes me uncomfortable. So imagine how I felt when I walked into her avatar, I guess, on the computer.
Yeah, on the point.
Doing it with another avatar.
Whoa.
That's interesting. Okay, can we go quick, like Nick, because I have a meeting. Like it's I have a lot. I'm really busy.
Yeah. Sorry, boss. Don't worry. I'll be real quick about this.
Let's win this.
So Andrew, look, I know this is very involved. With your wife definitely cheating on you. Both online and in person, which it seems like why you'd replace all the things with these automations like they're complaining about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
the Starlink with their tractors, now they don't have to drive the tractors anymore. It's all controlled through GPS.
Wow.
Great. And the horses as well. Like I'm you told me about the project of having all the horses like replaced with robots.
Yes. That's what we're trying to do for our next film. It's just too expensive.
I mean, I can help on that. I mean, that's
it's just too expensive to get like 300 real, actual live horses, you know, with everything they have to eat, and then of course trying to clean up everything after they've done their business. It just adds up. So
you understand?
Getting them robotic would be ideal.
So we need to have this ranch from Lindsay.
Yes. We obviously need a place to put all of the robots.
So you're trying to get the whole dude ranch.
Yes.
In the agreement.
Yes, okay. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm a film director. This is my job. It's just moving up.
What about Brian? Do you want Brian with the dude ranch?
Brian, he's a great kid. He's a great kid. I don't necessarily like hanging out with him a whole lot, especially on film sets. He just asks so many questions. It's gets kind of annoying, as
he's smart.
You can probably imagine.
So you want the ranch, but you want to get rid of your kid.
I wouldn't say get rid of, but
well, no,
yes.
I'm a lawyer. I'm supposed to make it sound better, but we just gotta talk.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, not do anything illegal.
Well, I'm not talking about killing your kid. Jesus Christ, this is just a divorce.
Brian, please meet with the nanny in Chamber 5.
Hey, Gabriella.
Hi, how are you? I keep hearing your mother call me One Direction still. Being from Greenwich is never going to get easier, so.
I mean, I don't know. You don't take it hard, I guess. I mean, One Direction's kind of cool. They're on a comeback streak.
How are you?
I mean, I guess I'm handling it. I don't know if I'm handling it well, but I'm handling it. I'm here.
But how are you really feeling?
I mean, I don't know. It depends. I don't know. I mean, if Dad goes to live not on the ranch anymore, that might be cool because you know how Mom is. She makes me like get up at like 6 and try to like feed the horses and stuff, and it's too early.
I know it's early, but she cares a lot about you, and your father's a film director, and you're an inquisitive boy. So
Yeah, that's cool. Film is so cool.
has he checked up on you at all throughout this?
I mean, he's been like, "Hey, how you doing, bud?" Like, you know, just like a dad.
And has your mom?
She makes me go freaking milk the cows every 20 minutes. So,
Well, at least one of them cares to some degree.
I mean, if milking the cows means she cares, then I guess. But
And I don't want to pry. I've been taking care of you for quite some time, but
yeah,
you know what would happen if they asked which parent you would want to go with?
what?
Like,
Oh, like which one? What I would actually pick?
yes.
I mean, I'd probably pick Dad because then it means I don't have to take care of milk the cows anymore. You know, their udders are like slimy.
They are. All right. Well, I know this is going to be a long process and it's not going to be great, but hopefully you still have your Switch. I know that the judge isn't quite fond of that.
I know. It's in here. Don't worry. I snuck it in. I've got it. It's right here.
Have you noticed any change in your mom's behavior over the past, 2 days about this all?
I don't know. She seems, I don't know if angrier is the right word, but, she seems angrier. She's been yelling a lot. And she makes Grandma be there, all the time.
Anyone else?
No, I don't think so.
And your dad?
He's not really there, so. Yeah.
How about
fair to him, he probably doesn't want to be in the house if he isn't welcome, but you know.
Well, I know it's quite early to think about this, but have you thought at all about college, uni?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be sick to follow in Dad's footsteps and go to a film school or something cool, or something that I could like a computer science school.
I know. You're always in front of the computer. We can never get it away from you.
Yeah, the computer's awesome. There's so much to do. There's Google. There's I can play any game I want on the computer. And I can find out anything. It's sick.
Well, maybe, if you don't mind me asking.
Yeah.
To try and find more about this dune ranch that your mother owns. I'm kind of past the point of her calling me One Direction. And I've never seen the deeds.
I don't even know what that is.
Land, property, documents.
Oh, it's the stuff that shows that they own it or whatever.
Yeah, if you could possibly just find those for me.
Why, do you want the ranch? Should we try to get the ranch for you?
No, not necessarily. I don't want an outhouse and I don't want horses. I'm just quite curious.
But if you own the house, you don't have to live in the outhouse anymore.
It does stink.
Yeah.
Lawyers, please meet in Chamber 6 to discuss your case.
Nick, the shtick from French Lick. How are you?
What the fuck's that mean?
Means you're from French Lick, Indiana.
Oh. How'd you know that?
Call it.
I was only born there. Jeez, I lived there for 4 or 5 years.
Huh. Okay, so, look, I have been looking over these briefs that you had scanned over to my office.
You like looking at briefs, huh?
Legal term.
Sorry. Yeah, I know. I sent you paperwork. Okay.
Yeah. So, quite frankly, I don't know what to tell you, but there's not one piece of punctuation on any of these pages.
What? I used a couple commas. I know how to make a sentence.
These pages are one giant sentence. And you forwarded these to a judge?
Well, he can understand what I'm trying to tell him.
Are you like trying to lose the case on purpose? I mean,
I'm not trying to lose the case. God.
Like seriously, where did you go? Jackass Academy of Law? Oh my God! You look at this.
No.
You're in your clause 2. You spelled alimony with 2 Y's.
Yeah, alimony. Yo, look, who are you? My editor? I just discuss the case with me, not my punctuation problem.
All right, fine.
Okay?
I'll look past that. Just because you asked me to. And I'm here to tell you that it's impossible to sue for an affair that's over virtual reality.
Well, why?
You're writing about avatars. That's just something on the internet. That doesn't actually constitute an actual affair.
Porn addiction. Okay, it's a problem that she's online all the time, and she's inviting these guys who are from her online porn.
She's a traditional farmer. Are you kidding me? Online all the time? Andrew's the one linked to technology.
Well, check out her internet browsing history, apparently.
Well, she can be on the internet, and that doesn't constitute her having an affair.
I'm not telling you she can't be on the internet. I'm telling you to look at what she's been doing on the internet. Jesus, Mr. Lawyer, Mr. Fancy Pants, I got a button-down lawyer. Jesus, not all of us are wealthy. God, look at you.
Yeah, I guess not all of us win cases either.
Shit. God damn.
All right. Basically, your case is a house of cards that's based off of hearsay, meaning it's a bunch of he said, she said.
Let's make it not hearsay. Why don't we get the records for these things? You can get your client's internet history. Well, I mean, I could too. We can go through the long route, but you could just do it for me. And I'll tell you what, I'll do some things if you need me to do it. You need my client's internet history, I'll get that for you. If you want a call log, I'll get that for you. You think he's sleeping with a babysitter, don't you?
Well, that hasn't been proven yet, but yeah.
Well, I know. I can try and help you,
going.
but I can just disprove it for that.
You want to go ahead and just try to prove my case for me. That's what you're offering.
Disprove your client's porn addiction that you say doesn't exist. If you're so confident of that, check a browser history. Get it back to me. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, look, this is beyond the case. Now, this is actual general concern. Do you even understand the parameters of your job and what you're supposed to be doing?
Well, yeah. I know I'm supposed to be trying to get this guy a ranch because that's what my boss wants me to do.
Okay, great. So you're just going. So you acknowledge that you're just going after the property and that none of Andrew's action is actually in the interest of the family? Well, that he doesn't care about the future for Brian?
His own family. Did you read the rest of the report? I said that we're going to give a lot of money so that she can raise the kid as long as we can get the ranch, you know?
Okay, so none of he is not interested in being in any active part of Brian's life at all.
You act like you read the entire thing, but no, you just wanted to criticize my punctuation. Yes, that's what I wrote in your fancy paperwork that you asked me for when we're just going to have this conversation.
It's kind of hard to get the gist of your sentences with actually out a period and having it make coherent sense.
Lindsay, please meet with Brian in Chamber 7.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing? Just kind of wondering. So I gotta confess something to you a little bit. So you know how your daddy's like been very into this like technology on the farm?
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
It sounds like a terrible idea. I don't know who raised you.
Why?
But this Gabriella, she isn't. How do I say this? She isn't who she says she is. Your mama has an avatar. It's kind of like a virtual person. Have you ever heard of that? A virtual
Yeah,
avatar. Okay,
of course I have.
I don't know. So I mean, after you got hit by that donkey, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I was just in the hall.
I'm not dumb.
I know you're not, sweetheart. your mama's precious little boy.
That
And
was like that donkey kick was like 10 years ago. It didn't mess
it
me up
was,
that bad.
baby. It was, baby. I was in the hall, and I was doing the texting with this avatar that I made, and I thought this avatar was a boy, but at the same time when I sent this message, your nanny, her phone blew up and it did that little sound, and she texted back and it went to my phone. So I think she's one of them catfishes. I'm not the ones that me and your dad, me and your grandpa, not your daddy, me and your grandpa went and fished. It's a different type of catfish.
Yeah,
And
I know catfishes are.
oh, okay, baby.
I've had an experience, but we don't need to get into that.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about that next time
Yeah,
when we're out of court. But I think she
milk a damn cow. Sorry,
baby, we can work that out. But I think your nanny's kind of catfishing our family to set me up so we lose the farm. You don't want to lose the farm, do you, baby?
But like, why would she?
Because she wants the farm, babe.
Okay.
Okay.
But like, what if I want to stay on the farm with her? Because she won't make me milk the cows.
Okay, we can discuss the cow milking. I mean, you do it a little bit, and that's why you have to go so many times, because you do it for 2 seconds, and then you have to go every 30 minutes, because you don't usually have to do every 30 minutes, baby. If you actually just completed the job.
The udders are so slimy.
I know, and I
I
love
have
you.
to pull, and it like makes
My
weird
butt.
noises. It's so gross.
I know.
Why do
Andrew,
I
please
have to
meet
do
with
it?
Brian in Chamber 8. Andrew.
I breastfed you as a child. I get it.
I'm gonna go talk to Dad.
Oh my God. Hey, Brad guy.
Hey, Dad, what's up?
Not much. Just dealing with this whole divorce bullshit on top of, now I've got this indie film that, I'm directing, so I have to prepare for that, but
You're doing a new one?
also divorce, so.
You're doing a new movie?
Yeah. So
What is
it's a spaghetti western. We're not really sure of the title yet, but we're calling it Red Herring.
What does spaghetti have to do with westerns?
So
They eat spaghetti? Is that what it is? They go to an Italian restaurant and eat spaghetti?
All the time you ask these questions. So a spaghetti western is just what they call western films. I don't know why.
That seems weird if they don't have spaghetti. Anyway, can I have a part in this one?
No, of course not.
What do you mean, of course not? Why?
No. You have to be at least 18 years old in order to, be able to sign the NDAs and stuff. I'm not going to sign it as your dad because I know that you run your mouth all the time. So you have to be at least 18 years old. Then all the legal ramifications can fall on you instead
I don't
of
believe
me.
that, because how many movies have I seen that have kids in them? The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Those were like actual kids. They were not 18.
I mean, I've seen Santa Claus with you. I don't know how many other movies you watch with children, but my point is, those children can be trusted. Now, their parents signed the NDAs for them. I am not willing to do that for you, because I know that you cannot be trusted to not talk about the filming.
Because you don't love
So, once you turn 18, all that legal stuff falls on your shoulders. Sure, you can be part of whatever film I'm directing then.
So what I'm hearing is you don't love me.
I wouldn't say that. It's I love you, I do, but it's just you can't be coming on set all the time asking all of your ridiculous questions. For example, what an NDA is, which I had to explain to you.
Yeah, and I haven't. Have I asked that question since you told me the answer?
Multiple
Parents, please
times.
meet with the nanny in chamber 11. Both parents meet with the nanny in chamber 11.
Andrew?
Hello, Gabriella.
Hello.
Oh, no, I mean the actual parents. So Andrew, if you could leave and have the mother, Amelia, please come in. You guys can talk about the relationship with Brian and the parents, please.
Hello, both.
How you doing?
It's been all right. Has not been the easiest of days with Brian and everything, but getting through. How are you both?
Great. So it's really busy. I'm into technology, AI, and it's getting hectic. So
Not enough. I have to hear it from your son. I got to hear it from you too. Gosh.
yeah, of course. But by the way, I think that there's like too many mosquitoes here. I'm not very comfortable, so let's do this really quickly.
Are you a grown adult or a child? A mosquito ain't never hurt nobody. All right, we're gonna calm down.
Please
talk like grown up.
Don't lecture me on that. I've been every Sunday for months going fishing catfishes, and I taught my son to grab the catfish really firmly, going for the pectoral fin, and that's also a metaphor for.
I can understand you guys have been fishing and whatnot, but are we going to talk about Brian at all?
Yes. Thank you, Gabriella.
I think family is really important to me. So I would I talked to Lindsay about it, of course, and I said, honey, if you have any hopes for this child, you better keep them in your custody as long as you can. I said, you go for full custody and get that dainty little man out of the way. And let him do his movies, let him have his fun, but he's not going to be in this circle,
Okay, we can do that. So full custody of Brian, we can work on that.
I think it's best. Not that I'm saying Brian doesn't. Not that I'm saying Andrew doesn't care about Brian. That's just
no. Of course.
It's just if he wants to make his movies, who's going to hurt him? It's just I'm not about to have some fragile city folk messing up my dude ranch. You know what I mean?
I do. My son has a dream. He wants to become a famous, filmmaker, a great director. So he needs the ranch. So it sounds like a good trade. Like
absolutely not.
Brian, he gets the ranch.
My mama before me and her mama before that, and that line goes on and on and on for years, have owned this ranch proudly. We have maintained it. We have cared for all of its livestock, and we will not be giving it to some fancy pantsy, hoity-toity movie director for no reason.
Okay, first off,
Gabriella, tell her. Gabriella.
This is a child we are talking about here. It's Brian, an inquisitive young man. And first off, I've slept in the outhouse countless numbers of nights due to Lindsay not wanting me in the house, and it is very stinky in there. There are too many animals for my liking, and Brian has his own dream, his own passions. He is going to become a young adult quite soon.
And
you cannot trade him for the land.
No, I'm not in the place to be trading my grandson.
Have either of you talked to your grandson?
My grandson. Hey, listen, truthfully, it's not up to me. It's up to him and what he wants to do, and his parents, which I really hope have good heads on their shoulders. That's all you can do. It's not my decision to make. That's just the truth.
Yeah, but you can talk to Lindsay. And by the way, I agree with Gabriella. Too many animals. It's really stinky.
Listen, I love my daughter.
She replace with robots. Something more modern, machine.
Okay, let's maybe not go to quite the robot extent. I understand. Lindsay can be a little petty sometimes. She's really proud of the ranch and the work she put in. And so she feels maybe a little uncomfortable with some stranger woman coming in and taking care of her blood, her flesh and blood.
Taking care of her flesh and stop calling me One Direction is all I'm asking. I make him food. I do the laundry. I do the cooking.
And listen, I guess I thank you for your service, but no one really could replace family. That's it.
Now, by the way, Gabriela, I know you got like a degree in liberal arts. Like I know that can you help me out, because I got like the paperwork from my lawyer. He's great, but I see that like the punctuation is really messy. Could you like take a look and help
Yes,
us out as a
studying.
personal favor? Because
Yes.
we really need to thank you. Yeah, because we need to help like Andrew.
Lawyers, please meet in the judge's chamber. Lawyers. All right, so appreciate you guys both coming in. Nick, we have cameras in the parking lot, and we saw you sleeping in the back of your car. Are you getting enough sleep to work this case?
Well, yeah. I mean, we just got to get in a good power nap every once in a while. What? You never took a power nap? You just got a nice office to do it in, right?
I got your.
I got a break.
I got your paperwork sent in. I had to actually bring in a translator to actually understand, because the punctuation was. I mean, you had question marks when it wasn't really even a question.
Well, see,
It was more like a statement. So I'm just trying to understand. And I also found out, which I didn't know, that you're an intern. I mean, I'm not sure if you're qualified to do this case, but.
No. Look, I've been an intern for a couple of years now. It's fine. I get paid like an actual lawyer too.
Okay. Well, I know you got a law degree and you're interning at, I guess, Andrew's father's company, or a lawyer. You work in the law department of his firm. He develops artificial intelligence and stuff like that.
Entertainment law conglomerate, you know.
Okay.
Conflict of interest much, Your Honor?
Well, I'm just trying to make sure that Andrew is getting a good representation. I know that you've done quite well, James. You've won most of your cases, so I just want to make sure that we on fair ground here. So let's go to you first, James. What is your client looking for, Lindsay?
We are looking to sue for child support, at least $1,000 a month, considering that Andrew does not even want Brian in his life. Also, we are looking for at least 45 to 50% of the net income for life, considering that Andrew wants no role in the family at all and only married in so he could obtain the property in which he could shoot movies at. So we feel that we should be awarded full custody in the matter, considering that Brian has the most stable home life with his mother, Lindsay, and maintaining the lineage of this wonderful and historic even ranch.
Okay, so you're asking half of his net income.
Yes.
That's hard to put a number on, a half of a net income, because you can turn that into whatever you want.
Well, we wouldn't exactly put it on whatever we want. Only about half of what he makes from films, from his paycheck, as well as any other business endeavors that he encounters in life.
From what I got, most of his money is got from GoFundMe, and there's not that much, to tell you the truth, but. So his income is based GoFundMe is how he funds these films and his income. I know he has gotten a little bit from his father, because we have seen some checks written over the years called gifts. You can gift your kid up to, I think, $13,000 a year. So we did see some of that in there, and we did see a little bit of investment in his films, but they're pretty low budget.
We're still asking for half.
Okay, half of his salary, not half of the net income of his production company.
Yes.
Okay. What is Andrew asking for, Nick?
Look, so first off, I want to say that everything involving Brian, I know Andrew doesn't want anything to do with him. That's fine. He's not looking for full custody. He's actually looking for no custody. But He would not recommend that Brian be put with Lindsay. He says that Lindsay, her style of parenting is a little bit domineering, kind of making him do chores around the house all over the place, milking cows a ton. Taking
Yeah, I
care of
read the
farm,
thing on your
all
chart
that.
here. It said she sends him out to milk the cow every 30 minutes.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was said 30 minutes every half hour. Yeah.
You
It's kind of
misspelled minutes,
ridiculous
by the
amount of
way.
time.
You put two I's. There was no U. It was like mini.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, look, it looked right to me at the time. Maybe I should sleep more. I don't know. I'm working a couple cases.
Okay.
But look, so
Okay. So what does he want?
Well, look, if he's got to go with Lindsay, that's the way it's got to be. We could recommend that he go with Gabriella. It seems like she's kind of been raising him, from what I heard anyway. So that could be our recommendation, just to kind of, stick one to Lindsay. Honestly, 'cause she hasn't been that great to the kid, and I know Andrew wouldn't do any better. We'll just be honest here.
Okay. Well, what is he? What else? Is he asking for something else? Because look, you just told me he doesn't want the kid. Okay.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to start off with that, just to get that out in the air. So what he's asking for, it's really reasonable. And we could even agree to what James is talking about, 50% of the production company, if we get the ranch.
So he wants the ranch.
Yeah, he wants the ranch.
Absolutely not, Your Honor.
Well, then we can't agree to the 50%. Lindsay makes a lot more money than my boy, than to my client. So
he has no claim to the ranch.
Well, okay, but then you guys are gonna have to give us a lot of money, because Lindsay makes a lot more money with that dude ranch than Andrew does with his production company.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look over the paperwork. I'm going to find out exactly what she makes versus what he makes. Their salaries, not their production company gross, not the dude ranch gross. Is how much does actually Lindsay get as a salary by working in the dude ranch? Okay. All right. That's great. I'm going to have the wife and husband, if you can go out and send them both in for me, guys. Thanks a lot. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like your lawyers are pretty far apart. It sounds like Lindsay wants Brian and Andrew does not. So that seems that Brian could go with Lindsay. I'm going to ask Brian what he wants, because he can make some decision as well. Andrew, you want the dude ranch, and you thought by giving her Brian and maybe some child support, you get the dude ranch. Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful location, 30 acres, great place to film. So we really want that. Especially,
Okay.
You should see Golden Hour. Beautiful.
Right. Well, I saw that. I've also noticed your first movie, Cowboy Therapy, didn't do too well. And then I also looked up, you did a student film called Shot in My Foot.
Yes. So that was about a man who gets a thorn in his foot, and
Right.
And Dainty Hands. And tell them about Dainty Hands. You made Dainty Hands too.
So Dainty Hands was a film. It was like really, really long time ago.
Right.
Just about a woman who has dainty
Andrew
hands.
starred as.
Sort of like Lindsay used to, before she gained all the weight.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that was a little cruel. Listen, what about your film you
I
did?
was pregnant, Andrew. Pregnant. Do you know what pregnant is?
Yeah, I do. You were pregnant, and then you gave birth, and you just kept adding on more weight somehow. That was, I don't know how that worked.
Okay, well, let's not get into this, because that's irrelevant. Now you're just going into the gutter. I saw your YouTube video, the one that kind of got you started in film, Donkey Love. That was a little weird. That was a little weird. You can't milk a donkey. Okay, so I didn't want to get into what you were trying to milk.
No. So you can milk a donkey. It just takes a really long time. It's really technical. I don't have time to go into the entire explanation, but if you want to watch that documentary, that's
I did
playing
watch it.
on
It was
Netflix.
disgusting. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's
and he
not the
also
point.
thinks men, you can also milk men. He also intertwined that into the movie and said men can also be milked.
Okay.
While I was
Yes.
just after I gave birth to our son, and he's like, "Oh, she can milk somebody. Might as well. A man can also do it because I think a man can do anything a woman can." That's what I'm dealing with, John.
Yeah,
I see.
it's there's a single gene that comes in to make us all male instead of female.
All right. We don't need to go there. Okay. I just was making up your titles. I don't need to know the history of your donkey milking, men milking. It has nothing to do with the case. But I will want to ask you.
He brought Gabriella into our life. He brought Gabriella into
how
our
did
life.
You meet Gabriella? Did you know Gabriella? Because Lindsay's
So-
saying you knew her before.
Yeah. Gabriella was one of the extras. I shouldn't say the extra, although she did extra.
In your college films, some of your college films you're talking about?
Yeah. So she had been an extra on some of these films, and she was just talking about childcare one day, and I was like, "Oh, I've got a kid, Brian. I don't have time for.
Oh, that's the first time.
Would you be able to take him off my hands?
Mm-hmm.
While I'm doing all of this film."
Right. Have you ever had any relations beyond that since you've been married with her, or is she just strictly kind of a friend?
Well, we did have a couple of nights in college.
Prior to getting married. Okay. All right.
Yeah, prior to me marrying Lindsay.
Okay. So let's talk about who wants to put more technology into my family's ranch and this avatar.
Because it would be easier.
This avatar is your friend, Gabriella, who you're trying to use against me.
Okay. Well, the avatar's name is Hank. Last time I checked, Gabriella is not Hank.
Okay.
Did you check her profile? Her middle name is Hank.
Her middle name.
I had enough of you two. Okay, I can't take you two. You're like two kids. No wonder Brian's so screwed up. Okay, if you could just go ahead and step out of the room for a second. I need a second to breathe.
One Direction.
Just one. Oh God. Oh my God. Never had a case like this. I'm dealing with. Let me get Brian in here. Oh my God. Brian, I feel sorry for you now. I've just had a conversation with your parents. I've got a lawyer on this case for your father who is totally incompetent. I've got your mother is hanging out with some avatar and then thinks she's being set up.
Dude, I don't know where that came from, and she was trying to tell me that it's my nanny, which I don't get.
I don't know what. Don't you think the nanny, when she texts, would know her number, or does your mother have?
No,
does your mother have some extra phones that we don't know about?
I don't think so.
Because if the nanny would text her, obviously she texts her about you other times. It's got to be that phone number. There's something about that doesn't make sense. I think there's something weird going on there.
Like she told me that she was like, "Oh, well, I texted my avatar friend, and then right when I did that, your nanny's phone rang, and then when she sent a message, and then it popped back up on and I was like, that's."
Okay, so she was trying to place that information in your head so that she could say Brian knows about it. Maybe she's trying to do that.
Maybe.
It's kind of like when our government leaks something to the press so they can use that as true thing. So
there's a thing that the government does?
Well, I don't want to get into that. Okay. All right. So, that might
at least,
be
the good thing is, at least you just talked to him. She didn't make you milk a cow.
Well, they were milking donkeys and men, so it was getting a little bit worse. Your mother might have some sort of a lactose intolerant kind of deal going on. I'm not really sure what's going on. Maybe that's why she makes you go milk the cows every 30 minutes.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. Okay, so if you had to be with one of your parents, which one would you prefer to be with?
Do I have to pick one of them?
No. Is there someone else you'd like to have take
Gabriella.
You'd like Gabriella to take responsibility for it? Okay. Well, something I'm. You know what? Let me do this. I'm going to talk to her in a few minutes. So why don't you? In fact, yeah, go ahead and send her in right now. Go ahead and go ahead and get Gabriella. I'll tell you what you just said. Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Okay, so Gabriella, kind of a turn of events here. I asked Brian who he'd like to, what parent, and he said, "Do I have to pick either one?" And we know now that Andrew does not want him. I know the mom wants him, but it's mainly for chores. She wants him so that he can go every 30 minutes and go milk the cows and do chore work around. So it's not like she's really mothering him as much as he thinks you're more of a mother, I think, because you bring him to school, you cook his meals, you do his laundry, you're around more. He actually wishes that he could live with you until he reaches 18 and graduates. How do you feel about that?
I wouldn't mind at all.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be on the ranch. We'd have to figure out some arrangement that they could financially set you up with some child support, so you're able to go get a place. So you don't have to, live in the outhouse. Because since they're splitting up, and you knew Andrew, there's, unless Andrew keeps the ranch, and if he keeps the ranch, I'm sure that he's not going to want to put you in the outhouse.
Thank God. I would love to. I've always wanted to take care of a child. I've always wanted a kid. Never got one. And I was also looking over the notes that I got from the lawyer. I don't know if there was an issue with language. I tried translating it on Duolingo, but the bird died. So I can't read it.
Okay, thank you. Do you know anything about avatars?
Like the movie?
No. Lindsay claims that you catfished her as an avatar when she thought she was having sex with an avatar male, and then she said you texted her back and she recognized your phone number. And but I said, why would you, if you knew her phone number, why would you text her? So I don't know if she's trying to set something up here. I'm just trying to understand. Have you ever gone online to be a pornographic avatar?
No, but I think my friends from university are still quite upset by what I've been saying about Lindsay and what she has said about me. I think maybe one of them took it a bit too far. But that's really funny.
Really? Did you tell your friends to do that, or you just talk about Lindsay and then somehow they got her phone number?
About them, but they're theater kids, theater kids.
Okay.
And I think maybe it just gone a bit too far. They would say stuff in the group chat about like, "Oh, we're gonna get back at her," but I never thought that they would actually go that far.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being willing to take Brian. That's a really good alternative for me as a judge, because I think both parents are unfit to keep him.
Yes.
Thank you. Send the parents in, the grandparents, okay?
Yeah.
If you get Brian's grandparents, if they could come in now. Okay, so I'm getting ready to make a ruling unless they can come to some sort of conclusion.
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah, Amelia, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Dude Ranch. So you're saying this has been in your family since your grandmother?
Actually, long before her. It was when our family first settled in this county. We had the land, and we decided to open up a little ranch. Yeah, it was like my great Meemaw, I think, was who started it all.
Well, I know it kind of started as a farm, and you do cattle and horses and sheep and stuff like that, and you grew some vegetables and produce. And
there was a while where we were. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I was going to say that I noticed you hit a little bit of a harder time, and about 18 years ago, somewhere near 18, 19 years ago, you set up the Dude Ranch and began to have people come in, and that's how your daughter met Andrew.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all know that agriculture is a bit of a dying business. Not a lot of people want to be farmers anymore. It's losing its value. Not that it's losing its value, it's just everyone wants to be like Mr. over here, a fancy city folk doing a high techie job, and not everyone can do the high techie job. Some people need to stay and do agriculture, and now it's become my family calling, and I've taken pride in it ever since.
Right, I appreciate that honesty. But now, Andrea's company has invested quite a large amount of money. I went back and looked at the books to create the horse robots. They're coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got up to Starlink, so that runs all your tractors now. You know,
Yeah, it's all by controlled by drones. It's you're gonna love it, I tell you. I mean, it's a big jump, like a big step forward. I still remember like when Andrew came here for the first time, and I agree, like too many animals, too much stuff. Like it's
Too many animals.
too much.
It's
so
a ranch.
long.
It is a farm.
He was looking for a location for his film, but let me, Your Honor, actually my son, he started like on a very low budget films, so he was like only shooting in small locations, urban locations. His last movies was like 19 years ago, which I love, by the way. It was set in a hospice. It was like Grumpy Guns, great film. And he wanted like to look for a better location, and now we got it. So
wait a minute, are you saying he married Lindsay only for the location? He didn't marry it for her?
Yeah, sure, he did. Like he loved the place.
Your Honor, this is news to me, and I'm infuriated on the behalf of my daughter.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Andre. How much money do you think you've put into the technology to upgrade the Dude Ranch and the farm?
So I pre-signed like an agreement of $5 million. Even if I see that Nick, I mean, actually he misspelled ranch. Like he put
Right.
like 2 A's, but I mean, it's
He spells it with a W. It's actually wrench.
Yeah, that's correct.
Dude Wrench.
He's doing an internship, but he's a great guy. I mean, he's got potential. Yeah.
You met him at a rehab center. I went back and looked at his records.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was, we found a connection right away, speaking about like fishing, catfishes, like we had the same hobbies, and I couldn't resist, and I offered him an internship right away.
Your Honor, something makes me think that these two ain't fishermen, if you're getting my drift.
Well, I'll look deeper into that when I take a break in a second. Okay, so you've invested $5 million in the Dude Ranch. Amelia, what would you say the value of the property, the 30-acre property, with all the money you put into the property, like if you had to sell the property without all the advancements that the $5 million is put in, just the property and the Dude Ranch and what you put in prior to these advancements, what do you think the property is worth?
To me personally, it's invaluable. It's absolutely priceless, but that's because of my emotional investment in it.
Right, sure.
But truthfully, like they said, 30 some acres, and on top of that, I don't know if they want the livestock with it. Like it's definitely at least a couple 100,000, maybe even upwards of 700,000 easily, maybe more. But like I said, I could not possibly put a price tag on it if I'm being honest, because this is it's my history, right? It's my family.
Okay.
It's my livelihood. I'm happy to consider working out some kind of deal where he gets first dibs on using the facility if he wants to make a little movie. But I am not in a position to sell my family, my family tree, my personal history for a number on a paper that I don't want. You know what I mean?
Take care of everything. We would get rid of
it's not about taking care. I want to take care of everything. It's my family. It's my farm.
Okay. Well, listen, you give me a $5 million investment. You think it's worth about 700,000 now? That's good. That's give me a ballpark to work with.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I need to let the lawyers meet one more time with their clients in Chamber 9. I'm going to go take a break for a second, and let's see if you guys can work out your case. If not, then I'm going to have to make an arbitration. Thank you.
I've been down this road many times before, and nobody who tried it is alive to tell you how poorly it worked out for you, Andrew.
Look, I said we could just change the cows to robots, then Brian wouldn't have to milk them.
Oh, you don't know.
That's all I said.
You don't know my family. You don't know what we're capable of. You think your Nick little lawyer who was from rehab?
Oh, are you threatening me now? Are you putting out a hit on me? Go ahead, Nick. Write this down. Write this down. She's putting out a hit on me.
How about you go melt?
No one's putting a hit out on anybody.
Melt
Look,
Nick for your new
Says
show.
you.
Yeah, says me. Nobody's putting a hit out on anybody. Do I need to say it a third time? All right, so
I don't know if Lindsay has it yet. Maybe you do need to say it a third time.
What?
Did
God,
you get
no.
hit by a donkey too? Did you get hit by a donkey too? I think you did.
That was one day. That was one day filming Donkey Love. I was in the hospital for a week. Might have had a coma. My brain scrambled, but it's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, no one cares. Great. So look, it's pretty clear to us that all you did was marry for the property, and you want no part in Brian's life and his future. You have got no investment in him.
Let me correct you on that first point. So I married Lindsay because I liked the property, yes, but she was also hot at that time.
Great. Thank you for clearing that up.
You see what I have to deal with, James? Do you see what I have to deal with?
Wonderful.
The baby, he was 12 pounds when he was born.
He was 12 pounds, and when he came out of you, you gained 12 more.
Oh my God.
See what I have to deal with, James?
Okay, look, you only wanted the property, all right? Which is, as far as the paperwork is concerned, that's in Lindsay's family. So you actually have no claim to the one thing that you want actually out of this divorce.
Actually, so we didn't sign any prenuptial arrangements. So unfortunately, I am entitled to, 50% of her belongings. I'm just asking for the ranch.
City boy. He's an entitled city boy.
Okay, if everybody could come into the judge's chambers, please, everyone come on in. Okay, I'm ready to make a ruling based on all the information that's come my way. First, we're going to talk about Brian, and this was Brian's choice. He wanted to live with Gabriella. He didn't want to stay on the ranch and farm where he had to milk cows every 30 minutes. It's actually child abuse. So, and I did go feel those udders. Boy, they're slimy. And one of the cows is missing an udder, so I don't know how it happened there. I don't even want to get into it. But so I'm going to
accident with a weed whacker. Anyway, boy, you better watch your back.
Gabriella, okay. Gabriella, you are going to get Brian. We're going to award you him. We're going to award you some child support. So we're going to have Andrew and Lindsay's families, both from their sides. It could be from Andrew or his parents or Lindsay, but we're going to give you $2,000, $1,000 from each of them so you can properly take care of Brian and be able to get a place to live with clothing and any food or shelter he might need. At 18, Brian, you will then be on your own upon graduating from high school, and then the alimony payments will stop at that point, Gabriella, okay? Now, as far as the ranch I did look, the value of the ranch is $772,000. I looked at some of the, so you were pretty close, Amelia, who I've thought has been very honest with me throughout this whole thing, and I appreciate that. And I did look at Andrea, who submitted it. It was $5 million and $52 that he put into different equipment. So there's a sizable investment. Some of that investment you could remove from the Dude Ranch and get all that equipment back. Others are just intertwined now, and I'd say that's about $2 million. So we got $2 million of their investment. We have $770,000 of the ranch, okay? I don't want to take the ranch away from a family that's gone generations from having it. That's not fair to them. However, you're going to be leasing the equipment from Andrea, and we'll work out a price on that, a monthly leasing of the $2 million. You can remove the other $3 million worth of stuff, like the robot cows and horses. You just were starting on that, so just stop the investment on that. As far as Andrew, it's come to my attention you married Lindsay mainly for your film shoots, and she was hot. I think those were your exact words. But I think that's really sad. So I'm going to make Lindsay's going to get 10% of any of your net film grosses. Okay, any net that comes back in, any profits, she can get that for 5 years because of the mental and physical abuse you put her through, including calling her fat, I believe was the exact word. So I think she should be compensated for that. Andrea, I did notice that you were trying to put a lien against the property, and so you were trying to get it illegally through behind my back. So we'll be talking to you about that separately, where you try to put a lien so that they would tie this up in court and they would have to go to a jury. So
Nick,
yeah, go ahead.
Nick, can you, Nick? Get. I mean, tell the judge.
You don't need him. I'm telling you right here, right now, that you absolutely need nothing to do with me.
I don't even think Nick knows where we are.
A different case.
You know what
I need that one.
Am I allowed to put some kind of restraining order on him that if I find him on my ranch,
everything is regular?
Well, Nick, no. This is one other thing I'm going to do, because Andrew gets an opportunity to film one film a year on the Dude Ranch at no cost. Okay, right. You can't. You have to film, and it has to be wrapped up within 30 days. They're spaghetti westerns. You probably can wrap them up in 3 days.
Nothing with milking. He can't do any more films when there has milking involved. Please.
No, the milking.
No more milking. No more milking. I'm not going to invest in milking donkeys.
Right.
It doesn't work.
And we're asking all the bulls to be removed from the ranch when he comes out there.
Yeah, we just
okay.
We already provided.
Fine, I can accommodate that, but I swear to God, if I see this man. Brian, Andrew, you're welcome within reason, but you are to be nowhere near my ranch, and I will be taking legal action if you try something funny, punk.
I don't want to. I mean,
we can make sure that. Yeah, we'll make sure, Andrea, you don't go to the ranch. I don't think you tried to put a lien. You've been doing some pretty nasty stuff backstage. I'm gonna look into where your money flow comes in, because it seems like there's some illegal stuff you're doing out of New York, but that's a whole nother case. I just need to solve this case right now. James, very good work again. Brian, I hope you're happy. Are you happy, Brian, with the outcome for you?
Yeah, yeah. I think this is going to be really awesome because it means I don't have to milk any more cows. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty sweet.
One more matter of business, Your Honor. Gabriella, we can also sue Lindsay for abuse, endangerment, and any injuries you have sustained during your time at the ranch. Just get in touch with
you're
my
trying
office.
to get another case going. Wow. Okay. Well, I think this case is pretty much wrapped up. I do want Lindsay. I'd like to have you stay a little bit longer and show me a little bit more about that avatar online. I'd like to kind of take a look at that. Okay. Can we play with the avatar? All right. Thank you. This case is closed, and that is our long form game, Divorce Court. Let's introduce our cast. Playing our nanny today, Gabriella. Playing the child, Brian.
Thanks for watching, guys. Can't wait to go live with my new mom.
The wife's lawyer, James.
If you have a case, call me.
The father, Andrea, of Aunt Andrew.
Thank you for watching.
Nick, the lawyer out of rehab who doesn't know how to spell or punctuate. Lindsay, the wife who abused her child by making him milk a cow every 30 minutes.
Making him milk a cow. Oh, heaven forbid. Thanks, guys.
Amelia, the only real honest one in the bunch.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.
And Andrew, the deceptive husband who just likes to make spaghetti westerns.
Thanks so much for watching. I said we could place all the cows with robots, but
All right, well, everybody, wave goodbye. We'll be back in 30 days again, 4 weeks, with a brand new game. I think it's going to be a family retreat where they have to tell everybody their secrets and how they really feel.